Hey guys, I just want to let everybody know the video that you're about to watch, it's not exactly an easy topic to talk about. Let me give you a quick disclaimer. This is an emotional topic. It has to deal with grief and death, and if you don't feel like you're in the emotional or mental state to handle this conversation, then please, I ask you, do not watch this video right now. Please hold on, and come back to it at a later time, and whenever you're ready to hear this. So, if you're still watching, I mentioned in the video I made before this that I wanted to talk about a serious topic, and that has to deal with loss, death, grief that happens in everyday life. Now, sometimes we can see it coming, such as a family member that is getting old and they're, say, on life support, or they begin to struggle with everyday tasks, or if it's an animal that is just up there in age and they're beginning to hurt and they're very slow and unresponsive. Sometimes we can see it coming, sometimes we can't. Okay? Death happens. We are all born and we are all going to die. Sometimes that's a reality people don't want to face. However, it is going to happen. Now, death comes by surprise. It comes by accident. Sometimes we don't, we may not directly kill somebody, but it just may happen, okay? I make this video as a result of a very good friend of mine, okay? I'm not going to say any names or give any too much detail, but I'll give you a brief overview of what happened. So, a friend of mine, a co-worker, he just left the space that we're at today. It was his last day on base, and he left, and he's going on to his next duty station. However, Sunday morning, so today's Tuesday, two days ago, okay? Sunday morning, he received a phone call from the parents of his best friend. Now, this wasn't out of the norm. He talked to his best friend all the time. However, he received a phone call from them saying that his best friend had passed away in a car accident. The very next day when he came in, I could tell that he was off. I could tell that something was wrong with him. I went up to him and I asked him, "Hey, are you okay? You don't look alright." And he said no, he feels like crap. And he explained to me what happened, and it came over me. The only thing I could do was go hug him and tell him that everything's going to be okay. I don't have the perfect words to help somebody when they're grieving, but all I can do is be there for you. Sometimes we lose our best friend. Sometimes we lose our favorite animal. Sometimes we lose a parent. Sometimes we lose a loved one, a husband, a wife, a child, boyfriend, girlfriend. I myself, in 2016, on April 1st, going on April 2nd, received a phone call. I was out with my friends at Waffle House. We were having a good time, laughing, cutting up as we always do. However, I received a phone call from my girlfriend at the time, her brother. I answered the phone. I said, "Hey, what's going on, man? How are you doing?" And he's in hysterics. I can't understand a word he's saying, but I barely make it out that my girlfriend had just gotten into a car accident and she was being rushed to the hospital. It was raining really hard that night where she was at. It was a bad thunderstorm. She hydroplaned. She drove onto oncoming traffic, hit a barrier, got hit by another vehicle, and she died on the way to the hospital. Oh. Excuse me. Um, I was in disbelief. I didn't understand it. I was confused. I was with her 2 days prior. We spent the evening together. We had a good time. Um, and it was just all of a sudden. I didn't understand it. I didn't know what to do. I went home that night. I didn't believe it until the next morning when I called him, her brother, back, and he told me again that she died. After I got off the phone with him, I broke down. All I did was cry. I cried and I cried and I cried. I cried for 3 days. I felt like a zombie. All I wanted to do was be mad at the world. I was upset. I was upset with myself. I was upset with God. I was just angry. Okay? Now these emotions that you experience whenever you're grieving, okay? The anger, the depression, the sadness, the crying, the confusion, it's all normal. It happens. We are humans. We experience emotions. We feel things, okay? Feeling these emotions is not a bad thing, all right? You have to understand that in order for us to go through this trial and this tribulation, that we have to be strong and push through these emotions. We have to process them in a healthy way. The last thing you want to do is go off on a tangent, maybe whether it's doing drugs, alcohol, hurting yourself, hurting others. Those are things you do not want to do, okay? Sure, you're going to need time to yourself. You're going to need time to reflect on these emotions and to process them and to understand exactly what it is that you're feeling. However, you have to move. Okay, life doesn't stop. You have to keep going. All right? People will tell you everything's going to be okay. It's okay to cry. They will be there for you. And one day it will be okay. It may not be the next day or the next week or the next month or the next year, but eventually things will be okay. Talk to somebody. Okay? Talk to a friend, a relative, your parents, your grandmother, aunt, uncle, brother, sister. Talk to your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband. Okay? Talk to a teacher if you're somebody that's still in school or college. Talk to a mentor, a leader. Talk to somebody from your church. Or if you're not religious, if you believe in a higher power, talk to them. Talk to the universe. Spend time with your favorite animal, your favorite pet. Go watch a movie. Hang out with your friends. Okay? I know it's going to be hard, but you have to try and live as normal of a life as you can. Alright? There are people out there, there are call centers that will talk to you in your time of need. Find somebody that you trust and just vent. Just get all your emotion out. If you don't like talking to people, or if you're shy, or if you don't have anybody to talk to, write it down. Write it like you're writing a letter to yourself or to somebody else, and just write down everything that you want to feel. Okay? You can throw it in a drawer. You can throw it away. You can shred it. You can burn it. Whatever you want to do with that piece of paper, you can do whatever you want with it. However, it's hard to believe, but trust me, after writing these things down, you will feel so much better. The crying will stop. You'll stop hurting. Sure, they'll pop up in your memories, and it might bring you down a little bit, but you will reflect on the good times you had with them, and you will smile, and you will move on with your life. There is a light at the end of this dark tunnel that you may experience. And if you know somebody that is grieving, or if they've just lost a loved one, help them any way you can. Be there for them. Sometimes it's not that you have to say something to them, but it's just the fact that they need somebody to talk to, somebody to listen to them and their emotions. Okay? Or if you don't know how to do that, find somebody who does. Just be there for somebody. Okay? So, we all need somebody in the end. Nobody likes to be alone. And at the same time, cherish and love the people that are here with us during our time that we are on this earth. Okay? Call your parent. Call your sibling. Say you haven't talked to your neighbor in 5 years, but you know you live right next door to them. Go talk to them. Okay? It might brighten up your day. Or just say, hey, how are you doing? Is anything bothering you? Just check up on them. Sometimes somebody's in that spot where they may not be in a good place, and you might help them that one day, just to brighten up their day, and you may change the entire course of action that they might have been planning to go through. Okay? Sometimes people become so overgrieved that they don't know how to handle it, and they choose to commit suicide. Okay? I don't believe suicide is the answer. I don't think there's anything you can gain from it. I know you're hurting, but you can work through this emotion and you will move on. Alright, so please go talk to a loved one. Talk to somebody you haven't talked to in a long time. And just ask them how they are. How's their day? Say hello. And sometimes you might just save a life. If you watch this video, thank you for watching and for experiencing this moment. Thank you.